All right, I'm looking at the Atlantics games again. Now, sometimes this does different days for different people, and so just be aware. Make sure you look at the start of the game and make sure it's one that you've already done if you're worried about spoilers, because I don't want to spoil anything. So this could be tomorrow's puzzles for you. It could be the ones you did today. I don't know. It could be the ones you did yesterday. Who knows? But we're going to start with Bracket City. And so the way this works is we're going to take this big paragraph and we're going to fill in the highlighted portions and get it down to just a headline of something that happened on this day in another year. So blank on sentences are when two or more independent clauses are joined without proper punctuation and they just keep going and going as if nothing's wrong. It's a run-on sentence. I like that. But the clue was a run-on sentence. Running blank, VP, a running mate. Not amateur, briefly, would be pro. You've got quid pro quo. Blank alike is a look-alike. Doppelganger. Lane you might walk down by looking at a memory lane. Short-term memory. Squid countermeasure used in pasta is ink, I believe. Yeah, because it's going to be jinx. It's going to be hijinks. Yep, so it's going to be hijinks, but we're not to that one yet. Field that protects you. A force field? One might be unforced in tennis. An error? No chance of blank or misuse. Error, yeah, it's going to be error. Foolproof is no chance of error or misuse. Hijinks, antics, tomfoolery. Blank in Chihuahua. Chicken in Chihuahua is pollo, because Chihuahua is a state in Mexico. All right. Interrogate or cook burgers, maybe. Interrogate, grill. You grill someone, you grill burgers. Small blank, you say every time you see someone else in a license to grill t-shirt. Small world. Blank zone, area might get soaked, is the splash zone. All right, there we go. July 24th, 1969, Apollo 11 splashes down after the moon landing, or the faked moon land. No, I'm just joking. It was after the moon landing. We definitely landed on the moon. All right, cool. So no wrong guesses today. Got 100. I had 2 extra keystrokes because I kind of mistyped there going a little fast. But there you go. Not too much trouble on Bracket City. So let's see how we do on Fluxus. All right, so with Fluxus, we start with repeating, and we have to go through and loop back around, and we have to repeat some of the letters at the end of the previous word, at the start of the next word, and we have to match the thing. So we need to have a noun here that starts with, how about tingle? There we go. All right, and then we need something with double letters. Let's see. Tingle, maybe GLE? Gleam? No, gleam is an AM, isn't it? Glee works, actually. Yeah, double letters. There we go. Glee. 5 letters. Glear almost works. We have to end with the start of repeating. So could we do Lee something? Lear, like that? That doesn't work? It's probably not a word. Oh man. Okay, so we can just start with E and end with REPE. No. Well, we can just end with RE. We could do something like this. E. Wow. Inure? There we go. An unusual word, but that works. So we had 10 overlaps today. That's pretty good. I don't feel too bad about that. Let's see how we do with stacks. All right, so this is stacks. Basically, we're just dropping these words down. We have to figure out the order and how to align them up. So let's see if we do that. Amophil, no, that's no good. Amphral, aphoral, maybe. I don't like that though. That's not great. Dephysal, no. No. Fufiel, Afdil. Aphodial. Daffodil. Daffodil is really good. We've got defies, we've got amoral, that's our D and our A, so we're going to go daffodil. Now the question is, do we do the... Well, we have to do the A first, because when you do defies, it's going to drop the DE. So, and this is going to give us something moral. But defies, maybe defies isn't next. What would happen if we put... but the thing is, we don't want to do... What about resend? Defies would do E-E-O-E-N? No, that's no good. And if we do D-E-K, can work? Ooh, something moral, but... Remoral? Morale? If we do R-E, foes... Oh. Because the first letter has got to be the first letter of one of the words. So if we're putting the D down here, then we've got to have R or K. But then the second letter can only be E. Remoral? Is that a thing? Ooh. But to get daffodil, we'd had to do the... Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's go back. Because... So we have to do this before we do the defies in order to get daffodil. But it doesn't have to be the next word. We could do something else like this. And then A-M-R-A-L, Earled. It would be emerald. Emerald and kerosene. It's kerosene and emerald. That's what it is. Okay, so we do this. Then we do the A. That's a tricky one. Okay, and then we've got to do defies, which will get us the daffodil. And then finally we put this in, and we're going to end up with kerosene and emerald. Okay, and foes and tile. Very nice. That's a tricky one. We had to really kind of... So it was interesting that we needed the A for daffodil, but it wasn't the next word. Yeah, okay. All right, I think I'm going to do the mini crossword as a separate video because it's later in the week and they tend to take a little bit longer. So we'll do that as a separate video. So link in the description if you want to see that solve as well. But let me know how you did on the other Atlantic games today. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more.